So I had the magazine. I was still working freelance, supporting myself. The magazine wasn't bringing in a lot of money. About halfway through my magazine journey, I was smart enough to hire a coach to help me the rest of this, because it was, I was just dumping money into this magazine because I was passionate. So my coach at one point says to me, okay, you got to do some other stuff to bring in money. And at that time, I was doing workshops for women because I realized you can't really teach self-love. It really is a movement. And alongside of the magazine and how anything gets started, really, for me, my whole story is like, you just gather with women, you talk about your ideas, and boom, they spring up. That's how Saratoga Women's Fest happened. So that's my MO, and I encourage that to be an MO for all of you. Just gather with people and talk about it and get inspiration. Now, it's got to be the right people. It can't be a bunch of, tire kickers and naysayers. You got to surround yourself with empowering people. So I had a coach, and the coach said to me, well, you have a magazine. That's kind of a big deal. And I'm like, oh, no, because you're in it. When you're in it, you don't realize it's a big deal. Because there I am again, having a huge magazine and playing small. So I said, no, what do you mean it's a big deal? She goes, you know how many people would just die to be able to do what you did, who are struggling, who would want to know how you did this? I was like, I don't know. And she said, you need to teach people. You need to share with other people what it took to get this magazine, because this is a big deal. I'm like, well, I guess it is kind of a big deal. So she coached me to create a program called the Dreams to Reality Experience, because I realized that as much as the magazine in and of itself is cool and inspiring and awesome and full of great content, the one question I kept being asked again and again and again was, oh yeah, cool, you have a magazine. How did you start the magazine? Why did you start the magazine? Tell me, tell me, tell me. And I thought, wow, here I'm holding back all this information and I'm hiding behind my magazine, and I can actually really, really help other women inspire their greatness and their dreams into a reality. So my coach, with a lot of coaching, because I was like, the who am I? Who am I? I have a magazine. Who am I to teach people? Every step of the way, it comes up. So I realized I could help people, and I had to face my fears again. And a couple years ago, I had launched my first Dreams to Reality program and really helped a group of women step out of their fears and into their power and into their dreams. And it was phenomenal. So then the magazine didn't fare so well, the economics and the digital and everything, and I had to make a tough decision. Could I continue this magazine? It was like everything I knew. My magazine, I was my magazine. So I made the difficult decision last May to close the doors to the magazine and focus on the empowerment aspect of my business. So I came back to upstate New York to regroup and separate myself from this merging that had happened, and discover myself again as Sierra, not the Ray. And while I was here, I started talking to a lot of women, and I realized that upstate New York is not what it was when I left it 14 years ago. There is an emerging, powerful energy happening here, and there are women who are ready to step forward, probably every single one of you. Let me ask you a quick question. So I saw their hands go up when you said, are you living on purpose? Let me see those hands again. Living on purpose. Okay, a good amount. How many of you feel you actually have a purpose, though? Okay, almost everybody. Great. We all do. We're all here for some purpose. And even if you don't know it, you probably know it, right? So I came back to upstate New York. I was only meant to be here a couple weeks. Next thing you know, I'm talking to him. Next thing you know, I'm being called back here. I'm like, what? The tundra? No. Upstate New York? No. No. Really? But I knew I wasn't going to wait 2 years and let some crap happen to me. I was going to say, okay, if that's the next thing, I need to be here. And I said yes. And within 2 months, it was like I got shot out of a cannon. Within 2 months, I was uprooted, 14 years of Los Angeles, and I was plopped in Saratoga Springs. Here I am. So I hit the ground running. I was like, okay, I gotta get something going before winter. And that's when I met Colleen and a lot of other great ladies. And then, of course, I found out it was the 100th year anniversary of International Women's Day. Well, I couldn't let that pass me by. So with, again, just true intention and trust, because I had just landed here. I didn't know how the heck I was going to create anything, let alone a festival. But I knew it in my heart. And lo and behold, I met the right women. Many of them are in the audience today. Some of them are speaking, and tomorrow definitely come out. Again, if you can, it's going to be awesome. We gathered in a room, and we discussed this idea, and sure enough, it was born. And so another dream of mine became a reality with the first annual Saratoga Women's Fest. And I'm like, wow, I'm speeding this up. This is awesome. So, if I had played small, which I did, I tried my darndest, and there are many times when I still play small. And even just getting up here, I mean, I like getting up and talking, but sitting over there, I was like, you know, because this is my next level of stepping into my greatness, is to get up here and share more of myself with women like you. And it's a process, no matter how many times you've done it, no matter what you've created, magazine, festival, I still have the same insecurities, and they still come up. So what I want to imbue upon all of you, and then I'm going to read a little poem, and then probably over my time, is to know that no matter where you are, no matter what you're sitting on, or what you've done, or what you haven't done, we're all the same, and we all have the greatness inside of us. And this dream, that dream, if you're feeling that nudge, please come talk to me. Because if I can help you step into your greatness, and you can create anything, even if it's just, I want to stay at home with my kids. That's my dream. That's okay. You know, you don't have to create a magazine. I wouldn't recommend it. It was fun, but it was a lot of work. So, I want you to just feel into that part of you that feels, I don't know, that doubt, and just make friends with her. Because that doubt will keep you safe, but it'll keep you from your greatness. So, I want to just read this little poem. It's come up again recently. Many of you have probably heard of it, and I even read it the other night at our Women's Fest gathering meeting, planning meeting, because it's so powerful. And this is a mentor of mine. Her name is Marianne Williamson. I've had the pleasure of meeting her personally. She's wonderful. She's written incredible books. She is a real force of empowerment and self-love and spirituality out there. And she has a quote, and ironically, this quote has often been credited to a man. We're taking that back, because he quoted her. Nelson Mandela actually quoted her, and then he got the credit. But it's actually Marianne Williamson. So just get in your centers and receive this, because this message is really big. I want you all to feel this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God, Spirit, universe that's within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in every single one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence, just our beingness, automatically liberates others. Thank you.